Hello everybody, it's Captain Klein here and welcome to episode 19 of Q&A with the Captain, our weekly video series during the COVID pandemic to keep you informed on what's going on within the command and the local community. So to start with today, we remain in Health Protection Condition Charlie. The widespread community transmission is still present in 12 of 15 Hampton Roads health districts that we track, and that widespread transmission is defined as greater than 50 new cases per 100,000 people per week. I'll provide some, if you got this video via email, there's some details in there about some of the statistics we track, but while we are heading in the right direction on a couple of those key statistics, we still remain in Health Protection Condition Charlie for the time being. So next, over the last couple of days, I've been out and about a little bit more and talking to some folks, and I did get some questions about leave. So I've done a couple of things. One, we've resent the leave policy to everybody in the command, just to make sure our sailors understand what the restrictions are. And I just wanted to cover a few of the basics for everybody here. So first, 75 miles is considered to be the local area. We are in Health Protection Condition Charlie, so all the HPCon Charlie rules apply in the local area within that 75-mile radius. And that was to allow people to get to and from work and conduct their essential business of shopping and doctor's appointments and things like that. That 75 miles also is measured from the headquarters annex. Outside of 75 miles up to 240 miles, that requires a special request jet to go out to 240 miles. And so that can be run through your chain of command up to your supervisor to get approval. And then beyond 240 miles requires a leave request. So the sticky part is that we have to look at the health protection condition that exists in the destination that you want to go to. So just because it's within 240 miles doesn't mean it can be approved. In order to go out beyond that 75 miles or beyond 240 miles on leave, your destination has to be in Health Protection Condition Charlie or something that's equivalent to it if it's not within 50 miles of an installation. So in that leave policy, there's a couple of websites that we'll direct you to look at those things. There's a Harvard Global Health Institute website and then a DoD website that summarizes all that information. Just as a reminder, the threshold for the military is 50 new cases per 100,000 per week. Above that is considered Health Protection Condition Charlie, and below that is Bravo. Below 20 cases per week is considered to be Alpha. The Harvard website does cases per day, so it's 50 per week or 7.5 new cases per day. So as an example, if you want to go to Dare County, North Carolina right now, you could actually get approved for that because they're at today, when I just checked a couple minutes ago, 6.6 new cases per 100,000 people per day. So there are destinations that you can get to. It just has to be operationally feasible with your department so that we can support people being on leave, just like normal leave requests. What's different is I have to approve every leave request. So the process is a little bit different. It takes a little bit more time and effort on your part, and there is some additional paperwork. Now, a specific element of that, the questions that I got this week was about what if I have to ROM after I go on leave? And I think that came up when we were first looking into leave policy about 6 weeks ago. There was some DoD guidance that came out that changed it, and we were looking to change ours to try to allow max flexibility for people to go on leave. One of those things was how do we let people go on leave to an HPCon Charlie area if it's not for humanitarian reasons? What we found out as we dug into that was that that's out of alignment with sort of what Navy guidance is, certainly out of alignment with local commanders. And so the short answer right now is if you need to go or want to go somewhere that's an HPCon Charlie, that leave request and that liberty request will be denied. The policies of the Navy for building entrance and then the ROM requirement on the backside, that just made it operationally unsustainable. We couldn't have people going for a week of leave and then 2 weeks of ROM in a lot of our mission areas. And so to stay in line with Navy policy and to minimize that operational impact, those leave requests won't be approved at this time. As you watch the pandemic across the country, you can see there are more areas that are getting it under control. And so my hope is that in the next couple of months we have the opportunity for people to take a little bit more liberal leave. But we will keep you updated on those policies as they change. So next, and really our last topic is, actually I got a surprise at the end, so not our last topic. But in last week's video I spoke at length about the school reopenings and the virtual schooling and some of the challenges with that. And as I watched that video, I thought, boy, that was really depressing. So what I wanted to do is give you some resources actually to help you out. So if you got this video via email, you should have had some attachments on it. There's going to be a list of the school liaison officers in the local area that serve the local school districts. We provided a summary of what all the school districts in the region are doing as far as virtual schooling the technology, Wi-Fi hotspots, and as much as we could get the information, websites and the platform, whether it's a Google Classroom or Zoom or Microsoft Teams that they're planning on using to do their classroom instruction. So it should be attached to this email, and then we're going to continue to try to dig up that information and provide it to you when we can. So the School Liaison Officer, if you've not heard of that program before, each school district in this area has a School Liaison Officer assigned. They are a DoD employee that works as a connection between the service member and the school and the educators to help resolve problems. Primarily their job is when you PCS, you move to a new area. They help you get into the new school district, make sure the paperwork, you understand where to go to file paperwork to get registered. In a COVID environment, though, they are really our closest link to the school districts and have been providing us with a tremendous support and a lot of information about how the schools are putting together their school year. So if you do have any questions, please reach out to the SLO for your district, and they'll be happy to help you out and point you in the direction of the resources that you need. So I also mentioned last week, put out a survey to all of our folks about how they would be impacted by having school-age kids in the virtual learning. We're still, I think, analyzing that data a little bit to make sure we understand it. I mentioned, 20 or 25% of our folks are impacted by the virtual schooling. And so what I've asked my supervisors to do is be, I would say, intrusive leadership here to make sure we understand everybody's plan for that. So we know that they have the technology they need. They've got the care plan in place, so they or their spouse or someone else in their family or a trusted friend is going to play the role of that assistant to the teacher or the educator in the home. So if you're getting questions about that, it's because I feel it's important that we can't let our kids fall behind here. So as much as practical, I'm going to support those efforts, whether it's alternating work schedules or adjusting work hours or things like that, to make sure that our kids have the opportunity to learn as well as they can in just a brand new, challenging virtual environment. So please, if you have any questions or any suggestions on how we can do that better, let me know. Okay. Finally, I want to reiterate there are some other programs out there for you to support this virtual schooling. Notably, the Navy and Marine Corps Relief Society has expanded their COVID-19 Rapid Response Loan Program, and it now includes homeschooling assistance. So you can offset expenses for laptops, Chromebooks, other technology, and things that you may find yourself in a bind all of a sudden having to buy new computers or technology devices. So if you do find yourself in that situation, they're at Norfolk at nmcrs.org, or you can call directly at 757-322-1171. Navy Relief is a tremendous organization to work with, and they're all about helping out sailors and families. So the surprise at the end, I'm going to deviate a little bit from COVID-related stuff. Just a shout out to our self-help folks at Northwest Annex, our First Lieutenant folks down here at the headquarters. So First Lieutenant, we've had some challenges at Portsmouth Annex with groundskeeping because of the COVID environment and some things there. And so put together a team last week and just did a bang-up job going over there and knocking out some overdue groundskeeping. And as a premier medical center in the Hampton Roads area, one of the premier military medical centers in the world, that's a showpiece for us. It's something that when you drive through those gates, it needs to look like it's it's a world-class medical center, because it is, and that's our responsibility to keep it looking like that. So to everybody who worked on that project, I really appreciate the time and the effort that went into that. And then the self-help folks out at Northwest Annex, I found out yesterday, allowed us to avoid a bill of about $10,000 by taking care of some overgrown trees blocking a road. So this is just sailors going out and doing what it takes to get the job done. And I couldn't be prouder of the effort that goes in every day. The unsung heroes, the things that happen that nobody notices. It just happens, and really that's our job. And if you've heard me talk at INDOC, we are a support activity. We make it so that other people can do their jobs without even knowing how hard we're working. And the sailors and civilians out there and the staff they do that every day, and I can't tell you how proud it makes me. So thank you very much for all the efforts that have gone in over the last several months, the last couple years that I've been here. I look forward to working with you all every day. That's all for this week. Until next time, wear your mask, wash your hands, stay safe. Captain out.